Oh, Ramon, how are
I
you?
have never seen a horse-drawn carriage. I don't know what that said, but
That was my chat. I have to watch ads before I can comment, so
okay. Well, maybe we'll
usually I never have my volume on, so I don't know what the
get a
heck
YouTube
happened.
Plus subscribe, whatever it is. But welcome everybody to the morning steam. Hope you had a great holiday. We're back. We made it back somehow on the air for more previews for sports action on Saturday. Mindy Hahn, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, fresh off her spectator game of the year, I'll just call it. Um, Yesterday, we'll get into maybe talk about a few games and see how it went for Mindy and yesterday, and we'll take a look at Tony'sPicks.com. But uh, going to preview today as much college football. Mindy, it was a holiday week. We didn't get to as many previews as we would like, but we got the best games today in college football, the big ones, the big one, and the other big ones too. Hello to everyone joining us in the chat, and welcome to another Team Steam Day. Um, Yesterday, Mindy, some excitement yesterday. I don't know how you did. We can take a look at that, but I was thinking about. I mentioned you on Tony's show about how your big game was going. You weren't able to join us because
Yep.
Iowa and Nebraska were playing in your game of the year. Let's face it. I mean, we all have our
Yes.
favorite game of the year, and Nebraska made him look silly in the first half. Is this the case? We finally got the Casey Thompson that we've been expecting,
Right.
and I'm sure that Matt Rule was a topic of conversation at your party
Of course.
as well. So how did we come out of that? Not talking gambling. Why? I don't know if you had any action on it, but Nebraska, yeah, they held on. It was, too close for comfort, but when they put up a big lead, I'm sure that was just fine. The way they had to win it.
Oh, it was amazing, Ramon. I don't know if you understand because, I'm from Nebraska, grew up in Omaha, then moved to Iowa. And then, suddenly we have this rivalry here. So all of my Iowa friends are, constantly harassing us Nebraskans, just because we've, back in the day, 20 years ago, used to dominate, football. But now, since we're in the Big Ten, just been really not doing well at all. So this was I was going to say one of the best days of my whole life. Actually, having them pull that off, like it was pretty awesome. I know it sounds lame, but it's hard to live with all the Iowa fans constantly harassing you on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, I won a whole $112 on Nebraska, so you should be real proud of me, Ramon.
Well, it's a shame you fleece your friends like that, but they were confident, I'm sure, in the Hawkeyes, and Nebraska stunned them big time
Oh
early with
yeah.
that huge lead, and
Well,
I
in
had the over
Nebraska, again,
on the
they're not
show.
able to, they are not able to finish games, but finally got it done. It was one of those things like you need 4 first downs with 5 minutes to go, and you can just shut the door on this deal, and they just can't do that. And that's been their problem, over the years is not being able to get that done and close games out. So yeah, I was sitting there with a knot in my stomach, saying it's going to be the same as last year, fumbling and just letting him have it. Last year it was a block punt. So yeah, it was a good day for the clan over here in Iowa, rooting for Nebraska.
Well, I gave out the over on the show. I know it's
Oh,
hard to
nice,
get the confidence together to pick some of these Big Ten overs, but
nice. I should have
gave it
watched
out.
Ramon. Jeez, too
Huh?
much holiday cheer for me.
No, we gave it out on our show.
Oh, on our show. Okay, I thought you meant you did on Tony's show yesterday. I'm
No,
sorry.
we
Gotcha.
we had a show a few days ago. I don't know if you remember.
I do. I do now.
So that's why we're a little behind, though, because of the holidays. So we're going to preview more college football today and go through pro basketball, a few college basketball games, and the hockey card. Again, another big hockey card right after yesterday's big card. But,
Right.
holiday weekend, put the fans in the seats. everyone wants to go out and do something. So let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com, take a look at our website, and see how everyone did. Mindy, you
Damn,
continue
look at that.
to
Mindy and Ramon everywhere.
yeah, well, you continue to be the hottest capper over the last 7 days on the site. Tony came in with a nice day as well, 4-2 yesterday, and I came in with a big day. Tiffany coming in 14-7, bringing a big day yesterday as well. Take a look at some of the packages up right now. Mindy, you got an early college 3-pack of games. Tony also with his powerhouse 3-pack of sides, and I've got a 3-pack on the college card as well, ready to go. That's ready to start up here in just a little bit. So, how'd it go for you yesterday?
Pretty good. Wound up being right at like 500, so not terrible. It was one of those, like, I did well in hockey, I did well in college basketball, but I totally bombed in the NBA. So got to do better at that there. And so looking forward to a good one here again today. I feel like I'm hitting my stride in college basketball, Ramon, like you are. And I know you had some soccer winners. Looks like the soccer card has been tough here for the World Cup with our soccer handicappers.
Well, I think it was a free square yesterday going against Qatar. I've given up on the conspiracy theories, but we've already seen an upset already again today
Oh,
with
really?
Australia. Yeah, Australia was able to come away with a victory in the first game of the day already. They beat Tunisia. They were an underdog against Tunisia. Right now, Poland favored against Saudi Arabia. Of course, Saudi Arabia already has that big win, so they'd like to get a point out of it, but they trail Poland right now 1-0. Still to come in the World Cup, Denmark and France, a big game, and also another big one from this hemisphere, Mexico and Argentina. Huge game. That's the late game. I say late game, 2 Eastern.
Right.
1 Mindy and 11 Pacific, and 2 games tomorrow before we hit the air. Costa Rica and Japan. Japan a favorite by a goal. What's happened to the Ticos? They are not the usual Ticos. And Morocco goes up against Belgium at the World Cup. So it's been a little bit crazy, but some form has held, I would say. So take a look at Mindy's got those plays for today. There's that 3-pack. She also has a 5-pack in college basketball, ready to roll with college hoop right now, and also NBA best bet from Mindy. I have over there as well 3-pack that you saw in the college ranks, and also 1 college early play that goes off at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. And Mindy, there's actually a college basketball game ready to start here in just
10 minutes. It's
10
awesome.
minutes, and you're on that game. Is it in a package, or I know I can buy it a la carte right now?
Yeah, it is in that package. So yes, if you would like to buy my package, the 5-pack of NCAA games, you can definitely get that play plus the others. It will get you till about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, pick it up.
Well, I'll have plenty more action, believe me, right if we get off the air as well. With this card today, I'll find plenty of spots. I fired on 20 games yesterday.
Right.
You'll probably get the same volume today and hopefully the same result. I went 14-7 yesterday. 13-7-1 says there that early soccer game already fell off. So there you see the late Steam tag on that Manhattan Army game. You can also buy it a la carte for $25. Just put it right in your cart. There it is. Boom. I can buy Mindy's play right there. Well, I would, except I already asked you what it was. So
you already know.
Let's save myself. Yeah. All right, Mindy.
So you can sit along with Mindy and Ramon on the Manhattan Army game.
Fair enough. So yesterday, big day. Don't need to cover too much about it. Just talk. Definitely had some winners here on the site.
Yeah.
Take a look at that handicapper leaderboard. You saw what we did up there. So log on to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. We might want to get rolling here because we got all these games. But a pretty profitable day. 8 cappers in the green right now over the last 24 hours. So, all right. Get ready, everybody. I see you starting to comment and come in. So we might as well get started. Man, a
That's
lot of
right.
comments are
We're
coming
ready to
in.
go. Ready to
Hello,
go.
everyone. Latifa is here. She made an appearance on Tony's show in the chat
Yeah.
and on the screen. And Blake Cage is also here. We're going to get ready and get rolling with the rapid fire free picks in the major sports. And we're going to start with college football. We're going to get to as many as we can right now. I think we got 15 on tap for today. So let's just get started with it, Mindy, and talk about Georgia Tech and Georgia. Not a great game spread wise, but still annual battle. And Georgia, obviously, an elite team. So what do you have in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we all know Georgia's undefeated, but they only, took out Kentucky 16-6.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech beat the 13th ranked North Carolina team. Georgia, I think, just needs to kind of get through this game, being healthy. I'm not so sure there's going to be a ton of motivation out here to score. I mean, I think they're going to put up points here, definitely. But Georgia Tech, they're still 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 road games. I think I'll take Georgia Tech today, all those points.
Oh boy.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I don't have much of a handicap. I mean, I have a little bit of a handicap, right? Georgia Tech has played much improved, since firing their coach and bringing the new coach in. They've gone 4-3. Georgia's still top of the barrel. I mean, look, they're still cranking. In this series, Georgia has dominated 17-3 last 20 meetings, 14-5-1 against the spread in the series. Georgia Tech, this would be a major. I mean, obviously, it'd be a huge upset. They're still going trying for a bowl, so they're going to come. They're 4-1 against the spread on the road. Georgia Tech. So, and the series has gone, or these teams have gone 6-14 to the under. So I got to think, yeah. For me, Mindy, does Georgia Tech have the word Georgia in it? Give me Georgia Tech. It's a rivalry game, and I'm getting 5 touchdowns. The scoreboard says 36-0 before the game even starts, and the total here is 49. So Georgia Tech.
Are we doing it? Consensus play?
Absolutely.
All right.
Are you kidding me? We're winning already. The game doesn't start for another 2.5 hours. We're already winning 36-0.
All right, let's do it.
That's a pretty good start. If you're Georgia Tech, it's not like they're over the season. I mean, come on. Remember, I've just read off that Georgia has kind of owned the series, but Tech has played them tough when Georgia's been a big favorite too.
Yeah, it's all these rivalry games, right?
Well, there you go. South Carolina and Clemson. Got another one here for you. In this one, Clemson's a 14-point favorite, total 53.
Yeah, I mean, Rattler had such a huge game last week, throwing for 438 yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, that was pretty, amazing. South Carolina, they can kind of go up and down, but I think they'll be flying high here after last week. Road team here 4-0 in the last 4 meetings between South Carolina and Clemson. Again, I'm going to go ahead and take the underdog here, getting 2 touchdowns. I'll take South Carolina.
Seems like the right spot. South Carolina does seem to be a pretty popular play with cappers today as well. I mean, Clemson really has done pretty well in this series, but with South Carolina off that Tennessee, I mean, they looked like the favored team out there against Tennessee.
God, they played hard. Yeah.
To Tennessee's quarterback, but for me, I think we're going to see more scoring than you might expect from Clemson here. They might be able to loosen up against South Carolina. I'm going to go over as my free play in this one, Mindy, with South Carolina and Clemson. Series kind of leans to the under, no doubt about it. But I think Clemson can finally have a better day offensively here against South Carolina. I don't know if I can get on South Carolina as popular as they're going to be, I think, with a lot of people today.
Cool.
All right. Michigan and Ohio State. Well, yeah, I don't know. You can't say throw out the records because the records are part of the story, but
Sure.
it's still, Ohio State favored here by 8, total 56. Remember, Michigan last year played big against them and knocked them off. That was at the big house.
That's right. The battle of the undefeateds. Who's going to come out on top? I guess Michigan's defense kind of deserves, some of the spotlight here in this game. I mean, they have limited their opponents this season to 17 or fewer points. Like basically 7 out of, the 8 conference games, they rank number 1 in fewest yards allowed, as well. Ohio State's defense, on the other hand, they've given up a ton of yards here, 482, against Penn State, 402 against Maryland last week. Wolverines 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 road games here. I'm going to take Michigan and the plus points here in this spot.
All right, Mindy, you're on Big Blue plus the points in this one. Yeah, I mean, I think Michigan can hang in there for sure in this one. Not totally sold on taking the points here necessarily. It might be a touchdown game. Michigan obviously has a situation at quarterback right now. Could be down to the third guy, but this is still Michigan. And, I don't think the other 2 guys were anything that special either. Latifah comes in. I say special. They're still an undefeated team with
Right.
good players. I mean, that's just it. Michigan's they're plug and play though at quarterback right now. They don't have the
Right.
skill set at quarterback at Ohio State has. They do it. You talked about the defense, and that's the way I see this one going for sure. I see it knock down, drag out situation in a game possibly in the 40s for me. I think maybe even towards 45 or somewhere 45 and 50. I would say I've got the under pretty strong in this one. I don't know if Mindy would have went under. We might have had one. I don't know if I can get on Michigan if
I don't blame you.
Well, if I wouldn't have put this in right here as an under on the free pick, probably would have been a premium for me. I like the under in this one. I know you guys are on the over in this game. I see you in the chat, and hope you're right. And but for me, man, I think it's a slugfest in this one. Michigan needs it to be a slugfest for sure.
Yeah, they can't win a shoot 'em out. That's for sure.
Outscore Ohio State. That's right. So that kind of supports what Mindy's saying, though, as far as taking Michigan in this one. But I see a couple on the over there. So we're kind of torn, but it's going to be an awesome game. It's an awesome game to watch, even when there's not all this on the line.
Right.
All right, here's speaking of defense. This should be hot with Louisville and Kentucky in this one. And I'm showing Kentucky a 3-point favorite. This total's down to 42.5.
Oh,
I typed
wow.
these in about 3 or 4 hours ago.
Yeah, Louisville, they're scoring 28 points a game compared to Kentucky at 21. But like you talked about, Ramon, defensively, Louisville only given up 16 points a game over their last 5. Kentucky only given up 23 points a game over that same span. Louisville, they're 5-1 against the spread the last 6. I think I'll take them here. I like Louisville in this spot.
Yeah, I do too. I like Louisville a lot in this spot. It's going to be hard for the team. I think looking at a low-scoring game today. I mean, Kentucky. You mentioned all those their lack of scoring. 1-10 to the under this season. Louisville 3-7 to the under last 10 games. Man, Louisville's a dog here. Give us Louisville. Let's take them against UK as a premium consensus play. Yeah, in this one. I definitely can get with Louisville in this one against Kentucky. Kentucky just 1-4, you said, in the series last 5. I'll take Louisville. Let's do it.
All right, we got it.
Right there, Cages coming in on Louisville. So we've got 2 plays so far on the Saturday card. We got to get this show going so we can
put those
plays in. For anybody that missed out. Another rivalry game, Oregon and Oregon State. Who would have thought this would be such a great matchup? Oregon State had a great season. Oregon, maybe, have they been slightly disappointing? I don't know. They've been pretty decent. So in this one, though, we're showing Oregon the favorite. Oregon now by 2.5, 58.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oregon has been more disappointing. Like you said, Oregon State's probably more, getting a little bit of the praise here. Oregon State, though, they're giving up 31 points a game, and then Oregon, that's the whole thing. Like we talked about, they've only scored 14 against USC, 16 against Utah, 21 against Washington. Oregon State, they kind of rely on this, running game. But yet Oregon then has this 21, ranked FBS rush defense. So it's kind of going to be a give and take on how you look at this one as a capper. I don't know. I'm going to go against with some trends here. Oregon 6-1 against the spread in their last 7. I think Oregon here can go ahead and get this one today.
Yeah, Mindy, I think so too. I've seen a lot of good cappers on Oregon State today. It does kind of concern me in this one, but both teams are pretty good against the spread. Oregon got the money last year at home. They won by 9 as a 7.5-point favorite. Oregon State did win their home game by 2 years ago when they were home in the series, and they were 13-point dogs in that one. But this is a reasonable get at under a field goal here.
Right.
With Oregon. I think might be hard actually for you talk about the lack of points, but for me, I think what's going to carry the day is the fact that Oregon will be able to put up. It's easy to say put up more points, but you know what I mean. They're going to be able to continue to outscore Oregon State, I think, a little bit. I think we will see some trading of scores in this one. I like a high-scoring game. 15 of the last 21 meetings have gone over in this series, even though when you think of Oregon State, you think of the television camera half fogged up, with the bad weather and, raindroplets on the camera, and you can't even see the field because of the bad. But I'm going to take Oregon with you. We got 3 already premium consensus here. Anybody joining us in the chat? I don't know. Don't hear from anybody on that one. All right, the Iron Bowl. It's not your usual Iron Bowl, and all of a sudden Alabama maybe, they're always in for a battle when they take on their rival. We've seen crazy things in this series. The kick 6, I think about, and the big games they've had. But now Auburn, they're probably going to be settling on a new coach soon. Where these teams stand?
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Ramon. I mean, it's a lot of points. Alabama, they have scored 31 points a game over the last 4, but Auburn's been sticking in there over their last 4, 28 points a game. Auburn ranked 55th in the nation in rush offense. They put up about 200 yards a game on rushing. So I kind of expect Auburn to feature this run game here, maybe try to control the ball a little bit. I'm not so sure that's going to occur. I think there's probably going to be a lot of, points put up in this one, especially if we think the spread's going to be, around 22. But I like Auburn here again. I just feel like, gosh, this is way too many, touchdowns with a Alabama team that's been struggling a little bit. Auburn 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games in November. I'll take Auburn getting the 3+ touchdowns here.
I'm all about it. With you. I'll take it. Take them with 22 points. We're going to be on a lot of sides here, it looks like, so far. Mindy, look, this is usually you talk about a lot of. I'm not so sure. I think that a low score might happen, and I think that will help Auburn because of that. But,
sure.
5 of the last 7 meetings have gone under, including 8 of the last 11 at Alabama, I should say, in addition to. Alabama has done pretty well at home in this series, covering 4 of the last 5. But, yes, this is obviously not the same Alabama. They're going to be, on the outside looking in. They'll find New Year's Day, I'm sure, but they're not going to be playing for the Final Four right now. So this game will be tough enough. I think, if anything, that kind of takes your focus away a little bit, right? Because Alabama, they have much, much bigger aspirations, and those aspirations are out the window at this point. So Cages does say give them Bama, but we're going to be on Auburn here. Auburn in this one for Mindy and I. All right. No problem, Team Steam. We got you. So, all right, Mindy, another play right there with that game. Let's continue on. Michigan State and Penn State. We might be on more action here. This one is kind of taking a jump up to 19, 53.5.
Ugh. I mean, Michigan State, they've been within 7 points in each of their last 3 games. They put up 27 in each of those there as well. Penn State, I know, is the way better team in this one. But again, I just feel like this is too much. Michigan State has a little bit to play for. I mean, pride-wise, especially. They're fighting for a bowl here. I think Michigan State can stay close in this one. I'll take them plus 19.
Well, yeah, I mean, plus 19, I think they can probably hang in there. I'm not sure I can. It's close for me. I mean, Penn State gets my number, gets my favoritism here, but
yeah,
really had the game rated a little bit lower than 19. I'll tell you that. I mean, my window goes all the way down to 2 touchdowns, so it would be plausible for me to get on Michigan State here, but Penn State has covered 5 straight. Michigan State just 1-5 last 6 against the spread on the road. For me, it comes down to Penn State will be able to dictate its own scoring pace. And I think, in fact, at 53.5, that's reasonable for me to go over. I like over quite a bit in this one with Michigan State and Penn State. Mindy says take Sparty plus 19. I'm going over. 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two have gone over. Penn State 7-2 against the spread as a favorite this year. It's a lot of points. Mindy, you might be right on that one. I'd probably lay Penn State if it was under, maybe under 17, but
right.
Not at 19. I'll go over, though. Mindy's on Michigan State. I'm on the over. All right, Mindy, another blowout probably, but Colorado bringing their 2-9 spread record into this one. Utah 30-point favorite, and the total is 29.5 now. Oh man, big time action on Colorado taking that 30.
Big time action, yeah. I mean, Colorado's given up 52 points a game here on defense over the last 3. Utah putting up about 40 a game.
No?
Yeah, I mean, Utah, one of the best rushing offenses, averaging 205 yards. Plus, they got a pretty decent quarterback there. Colorado is 131st in rush defense. I'm going to take the over, Ramon. Over is 5-1. Utah's last 6 games following a straight-up loss. I mean, if, Washington can put up 61 to cover the spread on their own, I think Utah probably can too.
Probably. They probably should blow them out. I don't know, 52.5. Oh boy, I don't know if Utah is going to be motivated to score a whole lot. They're 5-1 against the spread last 6 meetings. They have owned Colorado. I've gotten burned so many times with Colorado this year. I'm going to try them again. Give me a plus 29.5. I'm on Colorado here. Don't have much other than I'm taking 29.5 points at home.
Right.
Don't hold me. This one I'm on the record. Give me Colorado in this one. Not much to say. I mean,
right.
I just don't want to lay.
That's the thing. All these matchups were, everything was double digits, so it's hard to pick out best games. So just kind of went with ranked teams here in these selections.
Okay, just says take the over. 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone under in this series, but the steam definitely came in on the over. I mean, opened 50.5, shot right up to 52, and it's even ticked up a little further there, I see. So, okay. Well, TCU, they're in action against Iowa State. These games aren't exactly easy, but TCU still a favorite, double digits, 11-0 record, and they do it again.
Here, let me look at something real quick. Let me look at something real quick. I can't remember what I had.
For your selection.
Oh, I got it. Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't giving out my play.
Oh.
Yeah, so TCU, they're scoring 39.5 points a game here, ranks them 12th. Iowa State averaging just 20 here. TCU, I think, definitely has the advantage here in the running game. They put up 204 yards. Iowa State runs for only 103. TCU, they're better balanced team, can score, ground and air here. I like TCU. They're 8-2-1 against the spread in their last 11 overall. I think TCU can win and cover here.
All right, Mindy's on TCU in this one to cover those double digits. I tell you, I've got a big play on the under. It probably would be a premium, but I kind of like Iowa State, Mindy, to cover. So I don't want to necessarily go against you when I can give out another play here, and it's a strong one. I'd say on the show today, this will be my strongest feeling about a game in this one. Iowa State, we already know they're 2-9 to the under this year. So Cages says TCU to get the money. He agrees with Mindy in this one. I'm gonna find a way to be on Iowa State, but again, my play in this one, strong play, very strong. I like this one to go under. Might be even trouble getting to 40 points, I would think, with these two teams. Iowa State having big time problems, Cages says. So you concur with that statement right there, Mindy?
Oh, I'm not, I'm not so sure of the walking disaster part. I don't think it's that bad. I think they have potential here to put up a couple scores. I know for sure they'll probably get a couple field goals.
All right, well, I'll find a way on it, but Mindy is on TCU. I'm on the over pretty strong, everybody. All right, Central Florida and South Florida in this one. Mindy, in this one, South Florida favored. I'm sorry, Central Florida's favored. I'm showing 19.5 now.
Yeah, it's a bunch. I mean, South Florida allowing 40 points a game on the season. UCF averaging 33 points a game. The over here is 9-2 in UCF's last 11 road games. Over is also 12-2 in South Florida's last 14 home games. I like the over here at 67.5. It's a bunch, but they can do it.
Well, it is a bunch, but I mean, it's gone down, Mindy, really, from as high as 70.5. So, I mean, you're getting a great price, I would think, right there in this one. And for me, I'm not getting a great price. I'm probably getting the worst price, but I've got Central Florida in this one. I've got them barely to get the money here. I would think I'm kind of rated maybe by 3 touchdowns. So I'm willing to take Central Florida in this one. They're 3-1 against the spread on the road. USF 0-5 against the spread at home. And USF, of course, we know they're been just a disastrous year. They are also 4-1 to the over at home, you said. So that's pretty good. I kind of favored the move, but I don't want to go against you in this one. I kind of have a feeling UCF might shut them down pretty strong here, but I'll take UCF lay 19.5. Mindy says go over 67.5, and if anything, it might be 70-0. So that's the way I'm thinking. Maybe we'll both win.
Right.
I don't know about South Florida in this one. Anyways, LSU and Texas A&M, talk about disappointments, I think. Somewhat disappointing, but still a nice game here. LSU on the road. They're favored by 10.5. Total 47.5.
Yeah, LSU here, 23rd in the NCAA in third down efficiency at 49%. Texas A&M, on the other hand, ranked 222nd at 32%. I think LSU is going to be able to control the ball here, especially convert those third downs. LSU's 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. I think LSU can win and cover here.
Mindy says take LSU. It's not the best price. It opened as low as 9. It's up to 10.5, so it's a complimentary play from Mindy Hahn here on the road against Texas A&M. Texas A&M, LSU's dominated this series. Mindy 11-0 against the spread. Last 11 meetings. Wow. For me, I think this one. Look, I know A&M 2-5 to the under at home. LSU 2-4 to the under as a favorite, but I think we're going to see some points in this one. I've got this one going over for sure. Maybe I don't know. My numbers into the 50s here in this one. So I've got it to go over. I've got to stick with that in this one. Going over. Mindy says take LSU minus 10.5. And Blake agrees with Mindy, says LSU to get that money. I've got over 40. What did I say? What
7.5.
47.5. What a man, I'm getting the worst of it. I'm not too worried. I like it well over the total. All right. Notre Dame and USC. Every year these two teams continue to play. And right now it's been a pretty much when Notre Dame comes out to play USC, USC's kind of had the better of it. In this one, SC's favored down to 4. Was as high as 6, Mindy. Notre Dame taking plenty of action. Totals up to 64.
Yeah, Notre Dame's been putting up some points, 49 over their last 5 games, while USC averaging 46. So both of these teams putting up some, major numbers here. On the defensive side, though, USC gives up 26. Notre Dame allows 20. Notre Dame 4-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record, 15-5 against the spread in their last 20 in November. I like Notre Dame, even though I'm not a Notre Dame fan, Ramon. I'll take Notre Dame here at this spot. Let's see what happens.
All right, Mindy. I think Notre Dame can come in and play an exciting game today. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to give them a chance here. I think it's going to be a wild one. I think we saw the incredible wild game yesterday here in Southern California with the UCLA. Well, that was in Northern, but the UCLA game had some score. I think this is going to see some scoring. I think Notre Dame's got a chance to come in. I don't care about the defenses in this one. I'm going to go with Mindy, though, and take Notre Dame plus 4 in this one, Mindy. I'm all about it. Not getting the best number there, and just not sure. There's been a goal. Poland has just scored a goal. Poland in the 82nd minute right now. So not a lot of enthusiasm on that one. They're already winning 1-0. Not like that first.
Well, you said they're the favorite too, right?
Yeah. Poland gets the goal. Looks like the big star has scored the goal, Lewandowski, and Poland leads 2-0 in this one. So, all right, just a little update there. And Brandon says he was all about that TCU over on that one. We're still going here. We've got a few left, I think, Mindy, on this college football card. Another battle of Tennessee here with Tennessee and Vandy. And
it's Blake's game. Blake should give us who he's going to take.
Yeah. Boy, just too bad for Tennessee. I mean, yeah, they were never in that game, but to lose one of the best players in the country who was really just one of the most exciting players to watch this season. That's just too bad, and hope that Hooker can continue on his career when he gets better. They're still favored big time here against Vandy. Tough. This isn't easy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, what are you going to do here when you get the loss and you lose your quarterback to a knee injury? Vandy's been on kind of a little bit of a roll here. They beat Kentucky and Florida in consecutive games. I mean, that's some pretty good work right there. They're 10-2 against the spread in the last 12. I'm going to take Vandy here in the 2 touchdowns.
And Blake agrees. Blake agrees with you. I don't know what the spread would have been with Hooker in there. I imagine it might have been as much as a touchdown more, I would get. What do you guys think in the chat? I'm not sure. I mean, still 14 points. That kind of seems like a lot. Cages says take Vandy. You guys are making me switch. I'm about to give out the total because I still think Tennessee can overwhelm them on the ground, control the game, and dominate. Why am I? But you guys are on Vandy. I'm going to respect that.
There's more, Ramon. There's
more Vandy. They want me on Vandy. Oh, hey, Ghost 6407. Nice to have you.
Right. I'm glad that you commented. Yay.
I haven't seen you before, but maybe you've chatted and I didn't recognize you. But glad to have you here as part of Team Steam. And you guys are really making a good case for the Commodores. Uh, you know, I have the spread just too close to the actual spread. With Hooker, I mean, my numbers are all adjusted. Without Hooker, I mean, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I have a 14 and a half. What am I going to do? It's right there on my number. I really, you say you should be able to get on one way or the other. I kind of lean with you guys a little bit, but I like the under so much better that I'd feel more comfortable if Mindy gave out Vandy. I'm going to give out the under. I would say I like it, twice as good as the side for me. So I'll go under. That way we get 2 plays on the game. Possible premium for me there, Mindy, if I didn't use it here on the show because, with all due respect, you guys are on Vandy, and I'm going to have to, respect that. I might keep me off the game because even though 14, my lead was Tennessee. I'm like, oh, if I'm just going to play this game, I like Tennessee. You guys are on Vandy. Okay, that's cool. Okay, Mindy, we didn't get to all the games, but you picked out some great rivalry matchups today, no doubt. Kansas and Kansas State here, kind of your neck of the woods, I'd say as well.
That's right. Some those old time Big 8 schools from back in the day. But,
right. I mean,
the big difference between these two teams is definitely on the defensive side here. Kansas gives up too many points here per game. Kansas State only allowing about 18. Kansas State won 13 consecutive matchups here against Kansas. Favorites 9-3 in the last 12. I'll take K-State to cover. I still haven't been totally convinced on this Kansas team since about week 2. So let's see what happens.
Plus, I mean, when the quarterback went out, I mean, they haven't been the same team since, right? So, boy, the way the teams are defecting the Big 12, they might be the Big 8 again one day. But no, since Daniels went out, they just haven't been the same team. So Kansas State, they're 6-1 against the spread as a favorite. And remember, they really have always had a tough time with K-State. K-State's covered 10 of the last 13 meetings in this one, and 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under, and that's kind of way I see this one going as well. But I'm willing to play K-State with you here at this price. It's not great, but minus 12. But it's not up too much from the opener. I think maybe just a point or so, if that. So let's take K-State, Mindy, and give us another play.
Consensus play.
Consensus plays. Boy, do we ever. And we got more to come. Stick around.
The late game. Here we go.
Yeah, this one's for the Apple Cup in Washington and Washington State in this one. And it's, I'm showing Washington up to 2 now. Total 60.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Washington's ranked 10th in scoring compared to Washington State. What? They're ranked 145th? Washington puts up 500 yards of offensive game. WSU just 370. I think I got to go Washington here. I like that spread. I'll take it under a field goal here. Washington 6-1, and their last 7 between these two here as well.
So Washington has the advantage in the series, huh? Well, I don't know. Washington State at home, they're having a pretty shaky season, no doubt. 2-9 against the spread. Rivalry game, man. I don't know. I've got the under in this one for me, Mindy. I think that's the way it's going to go. I see both teams. In a game like this, Ghost has a play. Great to have Ghost in there. Yeah. He's with you on Washington. Now, I want to play Washington State. It's just they have opposite spread records. In a game like this at home, Washington, I want to take Washington State. I'm on the under, though, because I think that's how the game will play out to give Washington State a chance in this one. I know the move has been on the over, if I'm not mistaken. They're up to 60. It did touch as high as 61. So, but I'm going to go under the 60. Mindy says take Washington minus 1.5. That's our look at college football for Saturday. If you have any
last full week of college football, Ramon.
Yep. If you have any other games you need, maybe we can touch on it, but just put it in the chat. We can come back to it. I know we, still got to 15 good games there. We're going to move in to pro basketball. We're going to move quickly with all these games. We know you want to get all your plays in on this huge card. Mindy, I don't know if you've been able to check our early matchup in college basketball. I've got the World Cup here, and I don't know if you wanted to take a peek at that, but I was going to and see how that matchup is doing with Army. Right now, Army leading 27-14 over Manhattan in that one. So, okay, let's get into pro basketball.
Not the way I was hoping it would go, Ramon.
No, well, I was thinking under, under for sure, and we'll see. Okay, let's get with this one. We're going to go to the NBA and take 4 games. They both pretty light card for a Saturday after yesterday's big slate. So just 4 matchups. We'll start with this one. There could be line movement here because it's been quite a while since I typed these in. So maybe expect some steam. See some late totals here. I'm showing Dallas -2.5 total. 214.5.
Yeah, Dallas. I mean, what is going on? 1-5 on the road, 2-4 against the spread. Raptors here, on the other hand, 6-2 at home, 5-3 against the spread. I'll take those Raptors in a bucket.
I really like Toronto in this game. I know some steam came in on Dallas to push that one up to 2.5, but I like Toronto in this one to get it done. Mindy, Dallas just 1-9 against the spread last 10 games right now. They did play on November 4th. Dallas got the win, 111-110, but they were a 4.5-point favorite. And now they're favorite here on the road. And let's take Toronto tonight.
And Fonzie makes an appearance. Good to see you again.
Fonzie's here today. Looks like we got looks like a true consensus play here with the team steam in the chat. So we're on Toronto in this one. Thunder and the Rockets. The Thunder are favored by 2. The total is down to 231.5.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder, they're only 2-5, versus the Rockets here in the last 7 meetings. Rockets 5-1 against the spread the last 6 here following a win. I'll take those Rockets +2 at home.
All right, Mindy says take the Rockets at home plus those points. For me, Mindy, I think I was actually going to be on the opposite side. That's what it looks like here to me. Yep, that's okay.
Yep,
but OKC laid 2 points. I just want to make sure I have my notes straight here. OKC 1-3 against the spread as a favorite, but 6-3 against the spread on the road. OKC has gone over in 9 of their last 10 games. Houston won and covered the last 2 meetings last year. Boy, this
here's some Omaha news for you. Can you see it?
Is it Matt Rule has been hired?
That's what it says.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think that's a legit breaking news right there. I think everybody saw the writing on the wall as well. Here come Fonzie with the Thunder, Ghost with the Thunder. All right, I'm going to end up. I'm on the under, Mindy.
Okay.
You're on Houston. I respect what the chat's saying. I do lean Oak City, but I'm going to be on the under 231.5. I'm going to play this move here at 231.5. It looks pretty solid to me. Strictly market handicap on this one.
Gotcha.
Because there's not much, these two teams, you would think it would be kind of an over the way OKC has been going over in so many games right now. But I see that tick under. I'm going to go under. So Mindy's on Houston. I'm on the under. That's okay. All right, Lakers and Spurs. Lakers found somebody they can beat, Mindy, so they said run it back.
Well, and that's what I think, right? They are 3-1 versus the Spurs here in the last, couple years. Lakers here winners the last 4 out of 5, just beat them by 10. I think the Lakers are still live here. I'll take them -3.
All right, Mindy's on the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, I think they might be in a situation where they're like, uh, we got to get wins where we can because we know we're not going to beat, a lot of teams moving forward. I think that's the way they might be kind of looking at this, right? Uh, Yesterday, they won it. One of the more convincing out of these wins they've had of late. One of their more convincing victories. I mean, want to say it was wire to wire. Didn't watch much of it, but I'm on the under here in this one. Minnie, I'm going to go under 230. I actually might even be getting a half a point there, but I'm going to go under. Mindy says take the Lakers. Fonzie is on the Lakers. Cages is on the Lakers. So
Lakers. Boom.
should have been a consensus play, maybe, but I don't know. And these sometimes it's bad teams on back.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, bad teams on back to back. Spurs aren't beating anybody. That's the problem. So that's the problem with the Spurs. All right, last game on the NBA card is the Jazz and Phoenix, and Phoenix is favoring this one by 7. Totals up to 231.5. Oh, Mindy's off I'll cover it here until she pops back on. Looks like we just lost her.
Mindy had a sneeze.
Say it again.
I had to sneeze all of a sudden. So yeah, I don't think everyone needed to see all that. But yeah, I mean, Suns here, they're 3-1 versus the Jazz over the last couple years. Jazz just kind of on a bad, skid here, losers of the last 3 by double digits in each of those. I'll take the Suns here, -7.
All right, Mindy's going to be on Phoenix. Lay those points against the Jazz. Man, this is a big total for these two teams. And there it is. Fonzie and I think we're right. And unless he was talking about the last game because the totals are very similar, but maybe he's talking about this one.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, because this one was 231.5. Lakers was 230.5. And that's what I'm doing. I like the under big time in this one. Probably my favorite game. My favorite play of the card. I'm going to be under Utah and Phoenix. Mindy says take Phoenix -7. That's a look at the 4-game NBA card today. And we got a request for some college hoop. So I think we're going to get into it. All right, Fonzie also, I think he said take under in Jazz and Suns. Okay, we have just some late games. There's a ton of games, but I don't know if there's really any blockbuster situations out there. We saw all the big tournaments have those exciting finals already. We've singled out a couple of tournaments here, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, to go through a few college basketball games, kind of all later on the card when you're winding down your football a little bit. You need more winners. We're going to come at it right now. And this one will be the third place game out in Florida. This one with Clemson and Cal. And I'll just take a look and make sure of these lines because, yeah, this one's Clemson now 10.5, 124.
Yeah, Clemson's coming off that 71-74 heartbreaker of a loss to Iowa. Cal lost to TCU 48-59. California kind of has that, kind of slow pace of play, really good defense. I think Cal here can keep this one close. They're 6-1 against the spread the last 7. I'll take Cal here in this spot, plus 10.5.
All right, Mindy's on the Cal Bears. This one being played, like I said, in Florida. So she's on Cal, and I think I'm going to have to agree with her, especially getting 10.5 now in this one. I think it'll be much closer than that. I don't think Clemson is anything too special right now. I mean, these teams are a combined 3-9 against the spread so far. Yes, Cal's 0-6. I get it, but Clemson's 1-4 against the number as a favorite so far. So I don't know what makes them anything so special. I don't figure this game's going to be very high scoring. At 124, they're going to be lucky to get that. I'm going to go with Cal as well, Mindy. Let's take them in college basketball. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. I think it's our best.
It is so far, yeah. So we've had some up and downs. This one we've been most consistent so far.
Yeah, I want to say it's 67. It's close to 67%.
Right.
so far, in like a sample of 30 plus picks, I think so far. So I think we've really done college hoops. So I think
Right.
Fonzie's going under in this one. I gotta agree with Fonzie. This one could be, 58, 56, something crazy like that. All right, Mindy, more Hawkeyes. But this time it's going to be in basketball. And this is the championship game in the tournament in Florida, the final with Iowa. And they are favored in this one. Is it 5.5? I think. And 147. It's now 6 and 148.
All right. Some money coming in on Iowa a little bit after it went down from 6.5.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa, it's kind of one of those things. They always get off to these big starts at the beginning of the season, putting up 91 points a game here. TCU 73. Iowa still has, the better field goal percentage here, better from the free throw line, better from 3-point range. I mean, statistically, Iowa's better all over the place. I think they should be able to go ahead and get the 6.5 here, or 6. I'll take Iowa -6.
All right, Mindy's on Iowa -6. I think it's gonna be real close to that number. Lost my graphic there. Real close to that number, but at this total 148, I don't see that happening. I've got this one 140 at least, 140s, low 140s at least. So I've got to go under in this one. I like the under with these two teams in this one. You mentioned the games. Look what that TCU Cal was. 59-48 was that final against the Bears. So talk about what we talked about in the first game with Clemson and California, and then what TCU and Cal did. Yeah, the Clemson game was 145 points. Iowa 4-1 against the spread. TCU 1-4 against the spread. That certainly favors Iowa, but I'm going to go under. Mindy, you're on Iowa -6. I'm going to take under 148. All right, we got two more tournament games. This will be at the Las Vegas Invitational. Second night of action, if I'm not mistaken, with Nicholls State here going up against the University of San Diego. And in this one, I'm showing USD favored by 5.5, 154.5.
Yeah, I really like USD here in this spot. Again, statistically, geez, they're so much better. So as long as they can, put out in real life what's on paper, I think San Diego should handle their business here. I like them at -5.5.
All right, Mindy likes my Toreros to get it done against Nicholls State. I've got it just too close to call, I think, for me, spread-wise. And, the total, I like I like over 14.53.
That's amazing. Sure. Let's do it.
No, actually, though, if I can fix, I don't want anybody to get confused there on that because I like under 153 in this game with Nicholls State and San Diego. That just seems a little bit high. I get it. San Diego's had some impressive scoring performances so far. New Mexico State game, they scored 77 points. They allowed 90. That was kind of a surprise, actually, to me. Meanwhile, Nicholls, they allowed 83 to UCI in an 83-56 loss. So I like under, though, under 153. Mindy's on USD -5.5. All right, and this is the other game in the Las Vegas Invitational with UCI, the winners from last night against New Mexico State. New Mexico State ended up winning a game last year with these two teams, 62-51 as a 5.5 point favorite. And we discussed obviously yesterday's results. What do you got here?
62-51. Well, I hope they have a better performance, this year. Both these teams here are, shooting about 50% from the field. They're scoring a lot, pushing the pace. I like the over 135 here, Ramon.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mindy does say take the over in the UCI New Mexico State game. And I was just checking a quick note on that. Let's see, UCI, they're 1-3 to the under so far this season. I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you on the over in this one. I mean, UCI is definitely playing well enough. They are 3-1 against the spread, 2-0 as a favorite, and I think they get it done here against New Mexico State. Let's take the over though. I think that's the way the tempo will dictate. I like UCI to win, but I like the over. Despite what I said about the matchup they played last season, don't I think Fonzie's with us as well in that one. I'm not sure if he is. Again, if you guys could type in the name of the team just so I get it right. I don't want to put your pick on the wrong game. You don't have to if you want to, but sometimes I won't put it up like this one, Lena. UCI with Cages. Fonzie, you're doing a great job, though, with all your picks and helping us out in the chat. Appreciate you very, very much. All right, Mindy, we got NHL action coming up right now. That's our 4 basketball games. There's a massive card, and I will be fully involved through my premium picks throughout the day. Stay tuned. My picks will be coming fast and furious just a few hours before tip-off in most cases, maybe between 3 and 4 hours or so. No less than 2 hours, but I will have plenty of action because there's a lot of spots. Oh, no problem, Fonzie. I don't mean it like that. You know what I mean? I just don't want to put your pick on the wrong game and make it look like you had over.
Right.
And you said I had the under. And I know we're just making some picks here and having some fun, but we're trying to win some money too. And I don't want anybody to get it wrong and say, Fonzie said this. He meant that. Okay. I'll check the goalies if I can, Mindy, but with so many games, I don't know. I think
might be tough.
Right, and there are some confirmed goalies as well. So, but this one, you definitely have 2 good goalies. Campbell, he's been nicked up a bit, but maybe he's expected to be in there in this one. Rangers are up to minus $1.50, 6.5 under 20.
Yeah, Rangers, 5-2 in the last 7 meetings here in this one. I feel like I just got to go with these Rangers today. I'll take them at minus 135.
Yeah, I mean, man, the Rangers have been pretty sweet of late, no doubt about it. Let's see. Yeah, for me, let's see. Rangers 10-7, Edmonton just 3-7 over the last 10 games. Edmonton's done pretty well in this series, but I think it's too good. I think it's too good of a pro. Oh, where is the graphic? There it is. I'm on the Rangers as well at minus $1.50. That seems a pretty fair price. I know it's not even the best price. I think Rangers are actually as low as $1.35, but I just like the Rangers here.
Oh, they went to 150, huh? Okay.
Okay. Fonzie's on them though, so we've got a consensus play here with them. Yeah, maybe we can get $1.45 on the back end, Mindy. Just want to make sure everybody's comfortable with that price. I think they'll be fine. But we like the Rangers here against Edmonton for a consensus play to start us off on this hockey card. Let's keep it rolling now. Oops, I want to bring this one up next. Keep trying to stay in rotation order here. With the Flames and the Hurricanes in this one, I'm showing the Hurricanes $1.40 now, down to $1.40, and the total 6 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, the Hurricanes have held the advantage in this series, but are on this awful losing streak, averaging maybe a goal a game. I'll take the Flames. I think they can hold on here today. I like them at plus 125.
All right, Mindy. Yeah, pretty good price there for the Flames. I'm kind of torn on it. Seems like a pretty fair price to me. Carolina, though, man, they played a lot. 7-14 to the under. The total's only 6, though. I mean, it seems like I really have a lot of 6.5. So this series always goes under. All my numbers are saying over, but these trends say under. I've got to trust my numbers with this reasonable total at just 6 over 15 for me. So maybe it's against my better judgment. The steam has come in on the under as well, but I've got the over in this one with Calgary and Carolina. I'm going over 6. Mindy says take Calgary plus money. And let's see if we have some Fonzie in there with Flames under. Flames Hurricanes under. So I'm against Fonzie there. But he's got I'm going with over 6 minus 115, and Fonzie going under 6.5, probably about minus $1.20, $1.25 or so. So fair enough. I think that's okay. Okay, Mindy. Next up, we have the Blues and the Panthers. And this one, Panthers a big favorite here. They're up to 225.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Blues here on the puck line, plus 1.5 goals. Blues are 5-1 against the Panthers, but these Panthers just tend to find those ways to win. They're 6-2-1 at home. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the puck line here on this one. I don't trust the Blues to win this one outright.
No, fair enough. I got you there. I don't know, pretty big number now, especially it's gone up. And the Blues plus 1.5 minus $1.35 or so seems pretty decent of a price actually. On that, Florida just 5-14 is a puck line favorite, so that's got to sound good to you. I'm going to end up going over 6.5. I've got at least a 7-goal game here in this one with these two teams. They've combined to go 23, 14, and 3 to the over. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two have gone over. I'm going to go over 6.5. Mindy says take the Blues plus 1.5 goals minus $1.30 or $1.35. Washington and New Jersey here in this one. Make sure I got that right. Yeah, okay. Washington, New Jersey. New Jersey minus 185 now, 6/20.
Well, I mean, trends have been to the over in this series historically, but the Capitals here 4-0 to the under. New Jersey 6-0 to the under. Vanacek, he's 2.14 goals allowed. I got to hit the under here in this one.
I think we're dead solid on the under together in this one, Mindy, with Washington and New Jersey. Series has been trending over, but I just think in this particular matchup right now, the way the Devils are playing, they seem to do it however they want to do it. Yeah, they finally tasted a defeat, but yeah, I like Vanacek in there. I like it under for sure. I think it's 5 goals or less, no doubt about it. In this one, I think New Jersey. I think that's a pretty high price. I could get involved with the puck line even there with New Jersey, but I want to take the under with Mindy here in this one and give us a consensus play. I think it's probably a game that I would like quite a bit. The under Washington and New Jersey for sure. Yeah. Yep. Toronto and Pittsburgh in this one, and I'm showing Pittsburgh $1.30, 6.5 over 20, right there.
Well, strange year with this Penguins team here. Maple Leafs 5-3 on the road. Pittsburgh 4-2 at home. Maple Leafs, don't normally play well in Pittsburgh, but geez, I can't kind of ignore what's been going on. They're 4-0 in the last 4 road games here. Penguins 1-5 playing on no days rest. I think I got to go with the Maple Leafs here, Ramon, plus about 100.
Yeah, I do too. Mindy, plus, yeah, getting better than that. I think we're getting plus $1.10, $1.15 even. And you mentioned those stats. How about Toronto also 3-0 straight up as an underdog this year, and they're 6-1-3 last 10 games overall. Pittsburgh kind of giving up some goals. Toronto could get. This one could go over, and Toronto could score some goals in this one. They could be headed for a 5 spot possibly here. Rem Most, you the man, Rem Most. Appreciate seeing you again. So take Toronto, Mindy. Let's do it. We've got 3 premium plays in hockey. That's our other. I keep saying our hockey got off such a good start, and then we tailed off. But these plays right now so far. All right, the Flyers and the Islanders here. Going to be in this one. The Islanders, obviously a big favorite. They're up to 230, 6/15.
Yeah, I mean, here the Islanders are 8-1 versus the Flyers at home. Flyers are 7-4 on the road with on the puck line. But it's one of those, like, I feel like I just can't do it. I mean, they haven't scored much at all here. So I have the score being right at the 6, so I feel like my only play here would be the Islanders. I hate that I'm playing a minus 230, but that's kind of the way I would go in this one. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, I probably just wouldn't play this one,
Okay.
but
Well,
that's where I'd go. The minus 230 on the Islanders.
all right. Islanders money line minus 230. I think Flyer. I mean, you mentioned. I mean, 12 and 6 is a puck line dog for Philadelphia. I don't mind that at all. But I know that the woes that they're having right now for sure. So it is scoring, right? So Islanders are 3-8 to the under as a favorite. You mentioned Philly's troubles right now. So why wouldn't I go under here? Most of my models 5.5. I've got under in Philly, and the Islanders go under the 6. Mindy says, take the Isles on the money line. Why not parlay them together? You want a parlay video? There you go. Chop it up.
There you go.
Chop. All right. We know that, Mindy, the game between Columbus and Nashville was postponed with the facilities in Nashville. This two nights in a row, they'll have a
The water
water
main
main.
break.
Does the water does the water freeze? That's what I was wondering. Like, is there
You're like, so
ice
how
all,
exactly does this impact everything?
is there ice all over the?
I think it's funny that when you said freeze, it looked like you did freeze right then for a second.
Latifah's still. She's awake. She's awake. All right, and we've got a couple more here now. I think the Stars and the Avs in this one, and in this one, I'm showing that big move here really to the Avs. They're buck 55, so it's actually gone down a little bit. But this one opened as low as a buck 28. Stars, of course, played last night. I had a premium loser with them, Mindy. Despite of my good day, had the Stars
It
late.
happens.
So in this one, though, they're now color at 155, 6 over, maybe even minus 20 here.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Stars. They're 6-1 versus the Avalanche on the road in the last, 3 season. I like both goalies here in this one. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Stars.
Okay, fair enough. I bit the bullet yesterday, took a loss with them. I don't know if I can come back with them
Take a little plus
today,
money.
especially on the back to back. Yeah, especially on the back to back. But at 6 goals, I think I could see this one going over with these two teams. 4 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. Latifa says take Dallas in this one. So she's on with you, Mindy. I just can't do it. I can't come back with them tonight. I'm actually leaning Colorado against you guys. I don't know, but I definitely like the over 6 goals tonight as my free play here. So take Dallas with Mindy and take the over with me. I'm going over 6, and Mindy says take Dallas plus a buck 40 or so. All right, one more game on
Almost made it.
Yep, and we'll be on our way. Thanks everybody for joining us after the holiday. Vancouver. That's right. That's right. Vancouver and Vegas.
What? Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Golden Knights. They're 15-4 versus the Canucks last 22. Canucks 4-6 on the road. Vegas, 7-4 at home. I'll go the Golden Knights.
Well, I just lowered the price for you because it is a lower price. So I'm just not doing that necessarily. For me, I don't know. Maybe that's actually a pretty good price now on Vegas. I don't necessarily mind that price there with that one. So I'm going to go over 6.5. I think Vegas gets it done tonight with some goals. Let's give out 2 plays in this one.
All right.
I don't know. I think the price is pretty fair there now on Vegas. They actually might get my lean. They're 7-2-1 last 10. Vancouver, they're 10-2 on the road. Vegas 2-9 at home to the under. Vancouver, I missed it, 10-2 to the over on the road, and VGK 2-9 to the under at home. Those do contrast, but I think the goals come tonight in this one. I'll go over. Mindy says take VGK. That's a look at all the action that we have for you. Yep. in this one. Want to thank everyone for joining us. Go on over to tonyspicks.com. If you ever miss our show, Mindy, I know you'll never miss our show, but
No.
uh, everyone can get our picks over there by clicking the All Cappers tab to get signed up. You go down and find the Morning Steam, and there you can pick up all of our premium picks, our premium consensus picks that we've agreed to here. We do repackage them, sell them right here on the site, but you get them for free just by watching the show. But if you missed the show, check it out. Our NCAA basketball, we went 7-3 yesterday.
Well, that would be in the last 7 days.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, yesterday we wound up not having any plays, so sorry about to all of our, yearly subscribers. We didn't quite make it, but
no show. I get it. Okay, so but there you go. So 7-3 last 7 days. Last 30 days there, I was talking about 21-12, not quite 60 to 61%. So pretty good. So our NCAA basketball has been pretty darn hot, and of course our NFL. We'll be back tomorrow with our NFL plays as well. So, and again, that's your record too, team. So help us out. Let's get that record built back up. Don't forget, click on the All Cappers tab to get signed up. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages. And Mindy, we talked a little bit about what you have up there, but do you have more coming? This
yes.
is a crazy day.
Yes. So I will have more in the NHL. I will have more in college basketball as well. I have all my plays in, I believe, for the football. So we're ready to go. We're going to have more packages, though, later this afternoon. So keep checking back to tonyspicks.com.
Yeah, I'd love to, be ready and give all the, but I like to make sure these are important plays. We want to give out winners on our premium selections. I just want to say, Latifa, thank you for being here. Fonzie, thank you. Remo stopped by. KJiz, great picks today. Ghost was here and he had some great comments today. Jose Sierra stopped by for his college basketball. We'd love to see Jose's picks as well. Seaman stopped by again. It was good to see him. He said take the Mavs on the money line. So Mario stopped by. He had under in the Tennessee game. Blake was here as remember we all went with Vandy on that game, or you guys did, right? Does that?
Yes, everyone was around.
Brandon was here. I'm going too much. Hamid was here. I just want to say everybody, though, because I appreciate everyone so much for joining us and really making our audience awesome. Curtis was here as well. So thank you to everyone. Hope I got to everyone. Mindy, thank you for putting the show together, the executive producer of the Morning Steam. So thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. Mindy, have a good day. Let's do some more winning. We're back here.
All right, let's get it done.
More winning tomorrow. We'll talk about more winning. We kind of just shunned it a little bit, but we had a good day yesterday, even though we were on the show. All right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.